answer my question as soon as you wake up. It's a common belief that seeing things means you've lost your sanity. I just thought I saw a tall, thin man running behind the trees. He's keeping up with us. He runs from tree to tree, hiding behind them whenever I turn to look at him. I've been seeing him in my peripheral vision. Then it turned out that it wasn't only him. There were lots of them. Soon, there were children, women, and many other variations of him. They were like shadows in my imagination because they always vanished in plain sight, and they moved in a strange manner. Their movements defied gravity and logic. One child climbed over a wall like a monkey. What if they are really monkeys? They don't move like monkeys, because even monkeys have weight, and their movements add up. I saw a child jumping to the air and stay up like it clung to something. Now they have voices. It's like I hear them talking inside my head. That's horrible. Peter saw them also. What did he see? Karen? He saw exactly the same thing. He said he saw a child running past him and then it vanished. I wonder what they are. Maybe they're ghosts of the people who didn't survive in the woods. Hey, what's going on? Karen, if you still won't reply, I'll call the police to look for all of you, even if it lets George's father catch us, because I'm just worried about what's going on there. We're resting on the roots of a group of huge trees. While we were texting a while ago, as I looked up to see where we were heading, I glanced up and saw an old woman floating over Peter's head. He was walking ahead of me. She was sitting like she was on the ground, but she was floating right over his head. She was facing me and she was grinning at me. I lost my mind and freaked out. I went screaming, dropping my things in the process and running away. Everyone turned to me with wide eyes. What is it? They asked. I stumbled on the ground and fell on my butt. I was pointing at her, saying that an old woman was floating over Peter's head. Peter looked up, exclaimed, and ran to where I had fallen. But she was no longer visible. She had vanished just like the others. I told them she disappeared. All of my friends looked around them, looking scared. Then Grace suddenly spoke up. She said she had been feeling like people were following us. She said that whenever she turned around to check if anyone was following us, she saw no one. She claimed they either hid or they never really existed. She said maybe they were ghosts. Then Peter added that he saw a child. Then Grace continued talking, saying the woods might be haunted. George said that the woods are indeed rumored to be haunted, and that he had been seeing the ghost himself. He said he just ignored them. He encouraged us to do the same and forge on, but we didn't want to go on. He's still attempting to talk us into continuing the journey. Grace is crying. She wants to go home. I'll go there. You have no car. How would you get here? I'll take a bus, walk, or hitch a ride. I'll do whatever it takes to get there. Well, we'll all just turn around and go back home. George just said nobody has ever succeeded in completing this journey, and that the ones who tried ended up in a mental hospital. That's unfair. He didn't tell us that it's what happens to people who try it. He told us knowing too much about it would decrease our luck. He just wanted to make all of us go with him, thinking the whole journey will be only about luck. He kept a book about it with him. He hid it in his house. Even the library had been looking for it. He knew there was no way for us to do research on it and any other way because there are a few facts about it on the internet. We'll go back home and leave him here. Don't go here because you might get here only by the time we're back in our city. Please take care of Grace. Fine. We're lost. George didn't want to be left alone. He followed us, talking on and on about why we should go on with the original plan. Peter was the first one to get angry, and they're now fighting. Grace has gone missing. I'm going to find the way out on my own because Peter and George's constant fighting is annoying. I'll leave them in the woods. Oh no, that is a total disaster. I'll go there. I don't care anymore. I just want to go home. Will you help me as I go look for Grace? Seriously? No. I don't care what happens to Grace. She has been just as annoying as the other two. She wouldn't stop crying. Then I'll go on my own. You don't care. Yes, I don't care. Besides, you can't see ghosts. Here's one instance when having an inferior brain will help you survive. Inferior brain? I don't know what not having a third eye has to do with having an inferior brain. Right, you don't know. You just want to say the last word. And you can't shut up.